Hi, everyone. This is Sarah from Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching. Hope you're having a great Monday and a great week so far. We're here to discuss the energies for the week from September 16th to September 23rd. So, what do each of the signs need to know? Make sure that you pay attention to your sun and your rising sign if you know it. We have a lot of energy this week. Tomorrow, September 17th, there is a full moon in Virgo and Pisces, and it is also an eclipse. So here on the East Coast, or at least in Maine where I am, it is at 10:34 p.m. So there's a heightened period of energy, and the next eclipse in the cycle will come on October 2nd. So pay attention to what's going on. There's going to be things coming up for you. It's time for you to listen to them and then to find a way to work with them. The intuitive versus the analytical. What does it have to tell you? There's always something that's there. So let's start off with Aries. Aries, your card for this week is self-reflection. So this isn't a time for you to take action. This is a time for you to look within yourself. Where are things working? Where aren't they working? What is it that you need to know so that you can take steps? So this is a time for you to really tap into that Pisces moon piece. This is a time for reflection. This is a time for being more intuitive. Look at that intuitive nature. What is it trying to tell you? What is it showing you? There's something that's there. But in order for you to find it, you need to take some time and you need to reflect. Reflect on the past so that you can move forward, but don't bring the past into the present. Taurus, your card is acceptance. This is a time for you to accept everything that's going on. Now, that might not be easy for you, Taurus. You tend to have more of a fixed mindset. You want things to be a certain way, and it's just the way it is. But something has been coming up, something has been challenging that mindset for you. It's time for you to accept that and move forward in whether it's a new direction or whether it's something totally different. It could just be some little thing that you're meant to accept. But you need to accept that as part of your life and as part of your reality going forward. Acceptance, it isn't always easy, but it is something that is important and it can help motivate you and move you forward. But acceptance is the first step. Gemini, your card is pleasure. How can you have fun, Gemini? Fun isn't necessarily something that you need to think about in terms of how you can do this. How can you bring more pleasure into your life? With Jupiter being in your sign, there has been definitely a focus on you, and Mars had been in your sign recently. So there's just all of these things that you have been having to focus on and work on. Now is a time for you to find that pleasure. What brings you pleasure? Now, it could be something as simple as self-care, taking some time for yourself, doing something for yourself, getting a massage, reading a good book, getting some energy clearing done. Anything like that could be helpful for you. But this is definitely a time for you to find what brings you joy. And if it brings you joy, is that something that you can carry forward in your life on a more regular basis? Pleasure doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing or a taboo thing. It can be something that is really fun and enjoyable. That's what pleasure is supposed to be. So allow that pleasure into your life and think of ways that you can incorporate that more moving forward. How can you incorporate more pleasure into your life? Cancer, your card is creation. What are you creating right now? How can you create? Those are the two questions that you really need to be asking yourself. Creation is something that we don't always see the results of at first. You're in those initial phases. You're starting to think about things. You're starting to process what they might look like. Creation is a process, and that's what you really need to accept right now. When you're in that process, it might seem challenging or it might seem difficult, but that's all part of that creating process. And as a result of going through that process, you will birth something at the end of it. But creation, you're still in those beginning stages. You're not at that point in the journey yet. So accept the fact that you're creating something. It could be something new, something radically different. But with that creation, you're going to have to sit in the feelings and you're going to have to see what it looks like, see what's missing and where you need to go. And that's where you are right now. So it accepts the fact that you are creating something new, different, unique. Leo, your card is gratitude. Show some gratitude for all of the things that are in your life right now. It's not necessarily an easy thing, even for those of us that try to practice on a regular basis in terms of gratitude. Our society tends to look at things from a more negative perspective most of the time. So gratitude isn't something that is necessarily on everybody's brain at any given time. This is a time for you to flip your mindset. Try to focus more on the gratitude than the lack. It's not an easy switch. You're going to face challenges as you do it, but you will get so much more out of it if you can focus on the gratitude. Be thankful for what you have and even give thanks for the things that you are might be lacking. Because if you can find a way to rephrase things, think for the positive and be grateful, you could just get something else out of it. Virgo, yours is attraction. So there's a focus on your sign right now. What do you want to attract? What do you want to bring into your life? Most likely there's some idea that has been percolating in your brain right now. Or maybe it's just about to. How do you manifest? Now, manifestation is a bigger thing than I want to go into here on this video. But what are you looking to bring into your life? What steps do you need to take? Those could be really great things for you to do. Now, this is an eclipse. It's a potent period of energy. Think about what you want to attract. What do you want to bring into your life? What do you want to release out of your life? And then reframe it in a positive way. Attraction is a huge thing. So, how can you harness this energy for your highest and best good to attract what you want? Ask yourself that question this week and see how you can reframe it. Libra, yours is the void. In the darkness can lie all of our pain, all of our sorrow, everything that we need to release. But sometimes, in order to release things, you need to sit with the pain first. And that's what you're having to do right now, Libra. You're having to release all of that pain. You're having to let go of the things that might not have worked out the way that you had hoped. Let them go. But first, sit with it. See what emotions it brings up. What does it have to say? There's always something there that we have to know, whether it's our inner child that wants to speak, it's some ancestor, it's some past life memory, or anything else. There is always something that we need to know. So sit with the unknown. What is it trying to tell you? There's something that's there. But sometimes, in order to hear it, you need to be in the void. You need to be in that space. So sit in that space. I know it's uncomfortable. It's never easy to sit in the quiet, but sit with the quiet. The quiet will tell you something. Just listen. Scorpio, yours is hunger. So, Scorpio, the hunger piece, it can mean a couple of different things. Now, when you're hungry, it tends to mean that you haven't fed yourself enough. So, where do you need to feed yourself so that you feel more fulfilled? Hunger can also mean, and in this case, you have a wolf howling at the moon. Where do you need to allow more abundance into your life? Where do you need to bring in elements so that you can move past that period of hunger and pain. It's never an easy question. We think we're hungry for something. We want something. How do I get it? And that's the biggest question right now is how do you get what you want? And sometimes, unfortunately, you have to sit with that hunger. You have to sit with that pain. And then all of a sudden, you'll have an epiphany and the food will present itself. So sit with the hunger. Where do you want to go? What is that hunger trying to tell you? There's something that's there. Sit with it. Sagittarius, yours is release. Let it go. Just let it go. Let go of whatever is bothering you. There's a reason why it's bothering you. It's not serving you any longer. So when something isn't serving us, we can either keep grasping it and drive ourselves crazy, or we can let it go. This is a time for you to just release, let go, and see what presents itself. You tend to be good with just kind of seeing what transpires. So see what transpires. Let it go. What else can you ask for? Capricorn, your card is wisdom. This might not be wisdom that you know. This might be wisdom that you have yet to gain. It can be easy to think that we know everything that we need to know. But be curious. Pluto is back in your sign through November. Allow yourself to reflect back to everything that has happened, everything that has transpired in your life since 2008. What wisdom has that encounter with Pluto meant for you? How have things changed? What has transpired in your life since then? How much has it evolved? That's all wisdom that you have gained during this time period. There's more wisdom that's out there for you. It could be something totally different from what you have been working on for the past period of time. But there is always wisdom that's out there. Look at things with an open mind and see what presents itself. You're searching for wisdom right now. Just look for the wisdom. Look for the experts or whatever else it is that you're seeking. Look for the information. Aquarius, yours is abundance. Abundance is a good thing for most of us, unless it's an abundance of work, which could still be a good thing. This is about being grateful for the abundance that you have. What is it that you want to do with that? Now, if you're only looking at one side of the abundance, then this might be more challenging for you. But try and look at it from a huge perspective. When you're abundant, what can you do to give back? This is a time for you to give back. This is a time for you to give something. You're getting all of this in return. What can you do to give something back to somebody else? So use your abundance for good. Now, what if you're saying, Sarah, I don't really feel abundant right now? Maybe abundance is what you need to focus on. Manifestation. Where are you abundant in your life? Focus on that. Focus on where you have more than you want. And sometimes it can carry over into other areas of your life. Again, this comes back to manifestation. So focus on abundance. Focus on the positive. Be optimistic. And Pisces, your card is patience. Patience isn't something that most of us have. We want it to happen instantly. We want things to just unfold magically. And unfortunately, that's not the way that the world or the universe works. So have some patience. There's a lot going on in your world right now. There's a lot that you need to process, that you need to think about. So think about those things, process those things, have patience with yourself as you're going through the process. Patience is so important, and it's something that we don't give ourselves enough. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with the universe as things start to unfold, and sit with that uncomfortableness and what it might have to tell you. So again, I'm Sarah from Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. If this resonated with you, feel free to comment below. I'm happy to hear back from you. I would love to start a dialogue and connect with you. I currently have 30 and 60-minute sessions available, so feel free to go to my website. It's www.soulheartintuitivecoaching.com. I hope that you're able to utilize this information to your highest and best good as you go through this eclipse energy this week. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.